So I have made a thumbnail for my Witchcraft #3 painting, and I'm not a huge fan. I just realized I never colored her skin in. I mean, to be fair, I did know what color her skin was going to be to begin with, but it was more so all the clothing that I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I wasn't. I'm trying to do this with my mouse. It's not going well. I mean, it could be going a lot worse. There. That actually makes it look a lot better. But yeah. Thumbnail. And I decided I wanted this one to be green because the first one's a lot of like orangey reds. And then the second one was very blue, so this one's going to be green. So yeah, not super thrilled with the colors I picked, but I think I can make it work. I just needed to see where I was going to put the colors more than anything. So yeah, I'm going to get started painting. Alright, so I thought I'd show you what I am going to be taking with me to show a prospective wholesale client today. This is a local business here in Pittsburgh. They are interested in or suggested I bring in their my stuff to show them. So I'm bringing 2 stickers that I think will be of interest to them based on the vibes of their shop. I got 2 cards. This is a shop that sells like tarot cards, crystals, stuff like that. So I'm bringing my more witchy themed items, and you can see this is the new packaging for the cards. I am so excited. It looks amazing, and it has on the back what the inside message of the card says, so that's not an issue. That was my only concern with this packaging, but I managed it pretty much the same way that I managed before. And then these are actually a couple prototypes. They're just printed out on cardstock on my printer at home. I have on it written that it's a prototype so that they know that like the quality will be nicer when the time comes. But basically these are the Right to Repair or Witchcraft prints. I've been meaning to get the 3rd one finally finished. You saw some of that in the August vlog and here. But basically, I have them all printed, or all done now, so I want to get a set of 5x7s done without the text at the bottom. So there's that. And then we have the actual prints for the ones that I did last year. And then a prototype for the one I just finished, and I absolutely love it. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Again, it has the size on it. And then we have the Parent Earth piece. I included this just because I thought they might like it. It's a very witchy, nature-y vibe. And then we have my line sheet, which is literally all of my products with all of their information. And I'm not going to flip through to the back because my order form's there for them to see. It has my phone number and stuff on it, so I don't want to, put that out there. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to be sharing with them. I know that there is a lot in terms of these, but I really just wanted to include the different options since it is, a witchy shop, crystal shop, tarot shop, and these are my witchiest items to date. Plus these cards. I love these cards so much. So yeah, that's what I've got here. And yeah, that's all in this little file, which I will be giving to them when I go out today. Wish me luck. I forgot to say, of course, I'm going to be including some business cards so that they can, see my information and have it if they need it. Not that it isn't on my other stuff as well, but it's nice to have some business cards. So yeah, that's it. So this little pumpkin is something I picked up at the Target dollar spot. I think it was maybe $3, $8, something like that. And you can kind of see the initial color on the bottom, that grayish, greenish blue. And I thought it was close enough to my brand colors that I was going to use it. But I decided it wasn't quite right. And since I had taken the time to paint the other pumpkin I have, which you'll see later, the perfect red, I decided to go to Michael's and get a tube of the perfect blue. And I did eventually find the just right dark teal color. It's kind of hard to describe other than that. Unfortunately, the tube of paint that I picked only comes in a more clear color. It's not opaque, so I had to do quite a few layers, which you'll see. And this was a really fun project despite the few stumbling blocks you will see in a minute. I knew from the start that I wanted to paint the stem of the blue pumpkin, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to paint it gold to match the red pumpkin or if I wanted to paint it the creamy off-white color of my brand. And I thought maybe I wanted to have a creamy off-white color pumpkin, but I decided rather to tie them all together that I would paint both of them the off-white color for the stems. And eventually I would like to find a third pumpkin to paint yellow, because yellow is my other brand color, and I thought that would be really cute. I think that's mostly, oh, that's still pretty warm. Mostly dye coming out of this. I should have put those color catchers in here. Oh, well. But, yeah. It's alright that that's bleeding dye because I'm planning on re-dyeing it. That's actually why I'm stripping it, to get all of the accumulated months of gunk out of it. Like, I did wash it in between markets sometimes, but, like, just kind of, you know, to get the summer's worth of gunk out of it, you know, before I try and dye it again. Oh boy. I mean, I guess now you can see the difference between the colors. That's annoying. I think what happened was when I was trimming the tape, I cut into it too much. I'm gonna have to do this over. I don't want to. And you can see that, yes, I did, what do you call it? I did, gesso it first, but still. I guess it does answer my question, though, of whether the paint on this made a difference in color or not. The answer being yes. I may have to sand this thing, because it should not be peeling this easily. Alright, round two. I actually painted this one last year. I painted it red last year. And the stem was gold, a metallic gold, and I just didn't like it. So I decided that since I was painting the stem of the other one, I would paint this one too. I considered painting the stem of the blue one to be gold as well, but I would like to eventually do a yellow pumpkin so that all of my brand colors are present and just have the stems be the off-white. Okay, so is that paint? I think that is. Alright, well, the good news is I have red I can touch that up with. So, neither was a complete success, but at least this wasn't a complete failure either. It also has a layer of varnish on it, so that would have probably helped the paint stay. So, I'm working on the illustrations for a zine that I was creating at this point. And the idea for this zine sort of came from a poem I wrote. And the idea for the poem that I wrote came from, although to be fair, the poem was always kind of intended for a zine. It was more so just the words I wanted to write in a zine in almost poem-ish form. Anyways, the idea for that came from, maybe not a lot, but I've seen music going around on like Instagram Reels and stuff about like, oh, you know, I killed my dead name self, I gutted them, that sort of thing, like, I killed that bitch. And like that take is valid. That if that is how it feels for you, that is valid. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's like my inner child, my little self, was doing the best she could, and I use she because that's the pronouns she used. It's not the pronouns I use, but you know, she was doing the best she could. She was really just, you know, existing in the world she was in. There's no reason for me to hurt her or her memory by being like, I gutted her and, you know, was really cruel to her. So that was kind of the idea for this zine, which you'll see a little bit more of. But I decided for this, I was going to use all the little scraps of watercolor paper that I've had lying around and use them while creating the illustrations, because none of these are like big finished pieces and I'm not planning on selling them or anything, so I figured I might as well just use up some of my scrap paper. So you can see bits and pieces of other small ideas that were painted on papers and never really used. But yeah, that's just another part to me of being a ecologically conscious artist, is, you know, kind of using up all of my supplies rather than just, you know, oh, this piece of paper has, you know, like 1 or 2 things on it. I can't use it from here on out. Also, watercolor paper is expensive, so why not use it all up? But yeah, so that's the idea for the zine and the idea behind using all the scraps of paper. Because it's still perfectly good paper, and I know I'm kind of rambling, but I wanted to, you know, share that. So for the plants in this zine, other than the pine trees are just there. That I didn't really take into consideration anything about them. They're just there. But the true morels and the American bittersweet, which is what is wrapped around the rib cage you just saw, are both native to the part of the world I live in, and that was important to me to share native plants, just because it's, you know, for one thing, it's about me becoming who I actually am and not some imposition or some, I don't know, I don't want to say imported ideal, because that doesn't make any sense, but something that's not true to who I am. The modern Christian ideas of, you know, male and female, that binary, really came with white Christian colonialism and all that. So, you know, including plants that are native to this area was important to me. I also thought that the names ended up kind of being interesting, because it wasn't really something I intended when I set out to pick plants. I just picked the true morel because I really like more morels. I think they're really neat. They also kind of look like fingers, so I thought it'd be interesting, you know, from a drawing, an art perspective. And then I picked American bittersweet because, well, bittersweet. This is a bittersweet thing. It was just kind of when I saw the name for it, I was like, oh, yes. And it's American bittersweet because there is another type of bittersweet that's invasive. But it's also kind of interesting because, you know, this is in America that I live in, and it's kind of our culture, so, you know, that sort of thing. And it can, you know, cause a lot of harm, so that's bittersweet. Because, like I said, it's harmful, but it's something I grew up with. So yeah, in the end, it ended up having a lot of layers of meaning that, like, were only slightly intended by me, but I still think it's really cool that they're there. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed listening to me ramble about this while I painted these pieces. I'm really, really happy with how this zine turned out, and if you're interested in purchasing it, you can find it on my Wix shop. I will talk about that more in October, but yeah, there will be links down below. And you all will have to let me know what you think of the stylistic choices and whatnot I made for this zine. I did try to keep the color palette really limited to the dark green of the pine trees and then the yellowy pine needle, dead pine needles down below. But I did include a few other colors just because I really had to. It wouldn't have made sense otherwise, but I always try to include the dark green in any lighter greens that I made and try to just keep everything kind of related. paper jam. Hopefully that fixes it without it being like completely broken. Eight of these is probably way too many, but maybe it won't be. I don't know. Here. Yeah, like this. Okay. Okay, it seems to be doing all right over there. What happened was I think I must have put the paper in like not quite right, and it sucked the front page, which is a piece of cardstock, in, and the second page, which is a regular piece of printer paper, in at the same time, and it didn't like that. This is what it looks like before it's trimmed up, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's trimmed. Alright, so here's what it looks like all trimmed up. I paused the video I'm watching this time because it was just kind of background noise before, but she's like actually talking now. So that's what it looks like all trimmed up. It is 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches, so it's half of a sheet of printer paper folded in half, I guess. Yeah, I think that's about right. So technically you could print 2 of these on one page, and I might fiddle around with the orientation on the paper as it gets printed eventually, but like for now we're just doing one at a time. I'm having a hard enough time making sure everything works right so far. So that's the front, and I'll show you the back, because I think the back looks nice. And I'm not honestly 100% sure what I'm gonna do in terms of showing off the inside, because I don't want to spoil anything, but at the same time I'm really proud of this. Right, I guess I'll show you some of my favorite like illustrations without the text. There's that. And then we've got this one. And that's it. I don't want to show any more. I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who decide to buy the zine, but I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. It might not be for everybody. It's definitely a bit niche because it's about having a dead name. But yeah. Oh, also, the font that I used is my handwriting. There's a site called, like, Cryptographer? No, it's not Cryptographer. I don't know what it's called, but there's a site. I'll link it, I guess, that you can use to make your own font. It's really easy. It's not super like high-tech or anything. It has to be a pretty simple like handwriting font, but it works for me. Alright, I'm gonna go. I got another one of these to fold now. I gotta print another one out. So bye!
I wouldn't even do that. Right, I want my area as well. So I know.
The other person's not coming.
I guess.
By saying that, bro.
I'm gonna put on deodorant before I forget that I need to do that. I had to change midday because I made myself something fried for lunch, and I can't stand the smell of fried oil, like frying oil or fried food on my clothes. It's a weird thing, but I had to change. I put on my thrifted linen shirt. Oh, my thrifted linen shirt that my friend got me, or rather, she bought it at her store for herself, but it was too big for her. And thinking of me, she gave it to me. This way. I used my glue gun last night, so I have a little basket entirely dedicated to glue on my shelf. But anyway, so it is the 13th. It's a Tuesday. I think you can see me. I'm probably kind of look like a mess, but anyways, I was looking for this. So yeah, I thought I'd check in about the market this past weekend. It went really, really well. So this was a Lawrenceville pop-up market. It's a neighborhood in Pittsburgh. And about once a month, they do, I think it's like every second Saturday. Let me check the calendar. Yeah, every second Saturday for a certain number of months out of the year, like in the spring and fall, they do pop-up markets in a couple different locations around the city. And, well, not around the city, around the neighborhood of Lawrenceville. So I was at this one. It was a location I'm usually at, and I wasn't in the best spot. I don't know if you could tell, but I was around a corner from everyone else. I wasn't the only one that was around the corner. There's a street, and then there's like an inlet right here. And there are a couple people down on the ground, but I was then like up a set of stairs on a porch. So it just kind of made it hard for me to be seen, and that makes it hard to, you know, make a sale. Harder to make sales. And it is really dark in here. Let me turn a light on. So anyways, I did my best to like, I put up my extra pride flags, which I wasn't sure if I was going to do. I hung up the little ones that I had for sale. Just tried to make myself essentially as noticeable as possible. Kind of like a bird of paradise. That was how I described it. And in the end, it went really, really well. I don't have the paper where I write down. Actually, I do. Actually, I have it on my phone. Gosh, this clip is a mess. But I actually did really well, especially for the location. But I didn't do too poorly overall. My net amount earned was $112-ish, and this was my fourth most successful market to date. If you do like amount of money earned per hour, because some markets are longer than others. So yeah, there's that. It was only 4 hours long. It was from 12 to 4. It went really well. I had a good time. It was really humid in the beginning, but it like dried out, I guess, as the day went on. There was a nice breeze. I sold 2 copies of my new zine, which is great. I wasn't sure, because it's like, I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but it's also a very niche thing. Like, first of all, not that many people give up names, like, you know, dead name. Not that many people out of those people, or at least, you know, not all of those people within that group consider it a dead name. Like, you know, change their name because of their gender. So that makes the group even smaller, and then obviously they'd have to come to the market. But other than that, like, not everybody's gonna want a little zine like that, because not everybody, I mean, I don't think that the only people who would buy it were people who agree with me, but, like, you know, if people really, really don't feel the same way as me strongly, they're probably not gonna want it. But yeah, I was really happy. I sold 2 copies, so I was really happy. I made somebody cry when she read it. I felt really bad. She goes, "Oh no, I'm on my period. It's okay. Everything makes me cry right now." But I think that's the first time any of my artwork has made somebody cry. Okay, I hope I didn't let you see all of that. There's something stuck in the back of my throat. I made myself a cup of coffee. It was supposed to be just a cup since Julia's at work. And I really only want one cup, but actually I made a whole pot. So I made a pot of coffee. It is really hot. I'm wearing long pants. That might be a mistake. It's cool outside, but it's not that cool. What am I going to do today? I need to finish editing the, not a studio vlog, it's a bullet journal video that was supposed to go up at the beginning of the month, but I thought that I lost the introduction clip, like either it accidentally deleted it or it had been corrupted or whatever. So I was like, oh no, I can't do that because that's the part where I talk and I explain everything before I get started, and you know, I didn't really want to refilm that. I felt like it wouldn't be that good. So I said, alright, I'm not going to do that. But then I found the clip, like, maybe not quite a week ago, a couple days ago. I was like, oh, I found it, so now I have to, you know, I don't have to, but I really want to make it because I want to have every month's setup video up. I don't think I'm going to do this next year, so I wanted to have all 12 months up there. So I'm working on that now, and like I said, it's the 13th of September, so like we're halfway through September, and it's not going to be out at any sort of time when anyone would really want to see it, but it's fine. So I'm going to work on that. What I really want to be working on right now is I had the idea to make some bookmarks as a freebie for if you sign up for my mailing list, because I need to start, you know, pushing my mailing list again. I kind of stopped promoting that, but basically I want to make a printable where you can print out your own bookmarks, and because I have two mailing lists. I have one that's art specific and one that's writing specific, since I do art and writing, and I figure people would rather, you know, maybe do one or the other or both. But I figured art bookmarks kind of combines the two things, because it's going to be queer themed bookmarks. So, you know, you get like the gay, like LBGT sort of vibes that a lot of my art consists of, and then bookmarks because people who write tend to like to read, and you know, people like to read in general. So I was thinking of that I could do a printout for people to print out on like cardstock or even regular printer paper, but then make like really nice ones to sell, maybe eventually, of at least some of them. But yeah, there's that. But I really want to work on them. I have a couple designs, like I came up with a couple designs this morning, but it's like I really got to finish this first. I'm just really tired, which is why I made the coffee, but it's a long day. It's 3 o'clock right now. I think we have to go, not grocery shopping, but we have to go pick up cat litter and cat food when Julia comes home. So that'll be fun too, I guess. To have pasta tonight, that'll be good. I love pasta. Alright, that's it. I'm just gonna say goodbye. Hello everybody, it is Wednesday the 14th, it is 12:45, and we were here in this almost exact same position yesterday. I hope you can see me alright, and you can see my box here. My prints finally came in the mail. I wanted to have these for last weekend's market, but I didn't order them in time. And that's just how it is sometimes, especially when you don't want to pay for super fast shipping, which is my case. I'm a small business, I can't afford to pay super fast shipping for products. So we've got the usual cat print packing peanuts. These are water soluble. My cats actually love to eat them, which is not great. It won't hurt them, but you know, you don't want them to be eating them. So I ordered some 5x7 prints of my Witchcraft or Right to Repair prints, and there's 3 in the series. I finally finished the series. You've seen me working on the 3rd one. So all 3 of them are in this pack. I'll show you what they look like in a minute, but I'm really excited to have the 5x7s. They do not have the words Right to Repair across the bottom. I wanted these more for if people wanted to get all 3 as a set. And then I ordered, hold on. I ordered some of the 3rd one in the 8x10 size. And this is more of a statement piece if you just want one of them, perhaps. And it does say Right to Repair across the bottom. So if you give me a second, I'll open them up and you can see what they all look like. Okay, so here we are. Here are the 3 little 5x7s, which are, of course, going to be Hopefully in focus. Going to be $12 each. And then the ones here, the larger ones that have Legos next to them, are the ones I already had, so this is the new one. You can see them all overall here. I think they look really great, and I just wanted to have some different options size-wise. I feel like the big ones are kind of intimidating, but honestly, I think they could be really nice, especially on their own, and the little ones would make for a very nice set. You want to come back up? Do you want to come back up? Yeah. You're going to be on the vlog again, little girl. You're famous. Your feet are famous. Just your feet. What a good girl. Oh, goodness. Goodness. There she is. There's Cassie girl. Yeah. Oh, you lovey today. You miss your mom. She'll be back. She'll be back. She always comes back. Yeah. Big purrs. Okay. Done with the pets? Yeah. Done with the pets? Okay. I'm gonna start working again. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. That's my coffee. You do not need any coffee. Are you helping? Are you helping? Yeah. Look at this pretty boy. It's a good thing he's cute. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why can't you go lay over there on your bed that I made you? Do you have to? I'm trying to take product photos. Yeah, of the new prints. I know you're the Prince, but come... No, don't lick yourself on the prints. Ugh. Lovely. so soft. Can we just hold off on Christmas for like another month at least? Please. This is the fall stuff. Here we go. Perfect. Let's see what colors I can find. So I've got blue, pink, this green, which I don't think is gonna work because it's too big of a print. This I'm considering for yellow. It's more yellow in real life, less greeny. Purple and teal. This feels way too close, so I guess if I sit... Hi, Cassie girl, how are you? Cassie says hello. There was a thunderstorm this morning and she was scared. You want down? Okay. She doesn't like being held for very long, but she'll accept short snuggles. She likes snuggles when you're laying down or sitting and she can just sit on top of you. She doesn't like being held, but she's big. Hello, Ravioli. Now that I'm getting started, I'm just, being observed. So yeah, hold on one second. So I've got the fabric that I bought yesterday. I guess you would have seen a little bit of that. I'm not used to vlogging in public, so it's just kind of, I do sometimes, but it's usually at an event where it makes sense, not in a store. But anyways, so I got the teal fabric with the cat faces. Now this print is a little big for stripes, but it has all these stars and like sparkles on it as well. So I feel like it'll be alright. Plus, who can resist those baby faces? Those Cassie faces! Yeah. And then we have this dark blue. It's kind of a desaturated blue. So, basically, I didn't want to get anything with spiders on it because I know a lot of people don't like spiders. And this does have spider webs on it, but no spiders. And it does have little flowers in the, well, not little, big flowers in the background. They look like roses. So this is a bit dark for what I wanted, but the blue selection was really, really small. It was either this or the blue with sharks on it. I don't know if I showed you that or not, but I figured it was nice because the purple and the pink that I got that'll go with for the Buy Pride flag is very desaturated as well. So, And then we have this pink with ghosts. Absolutely love it. It apparently glows in the dark. Shove it up against my face. Yeah, the ghosts glow in the dark. So, yeah. And this was what I got for green. It's not actually a Halloween fabric. It's just green polka dots. But since one of the Halloween fabrics I have is orange polka dots, I figured that it would work. And it's nice to not have big, bold prints for every stripe because then they kind of clash. So, or they fight for your attention. I don't know. Is that clashing? Anyways. So we got this. And then I got the purple, which is these moons. I forgot the word moon. It's a very dark purple, again, kind of muted, but I think it'll look really nice. It's not too obstructing or too, give me all of your attention. I don't usually get fabric with reflective in it. I don't really like that, at least for myself. But since this is a pride flag, that I'm making and selling, I don't know why this chair is creaking. It's never done this before. Maybe it's the floor. I don't usually sit in the spot. I don't know. I don't know whether it's the chair or the floor. I'm going to try and stop moving. Anyways, so I'm really happy with all that stuff I picked out. I'm going to probably start sewing tonight. I got a 1/4 yard of each. And then I got some X-Acto blades because the ones I had were so dull they couldn't even cut through like a piece of paper. And then I got this glue pen, they call it. I thought it was a regular glue stick. Glue sticks were incredibly expensive. I was going to get a rotary cutter blade as well, but they're expensive too. I think the cheapest one I saw was like $18. Which is how much I spent on everything else all combined, so, But, yeah, so I got this, and it's not a regular, like, solid glue stick. It's liquid. It does have 2 ends, though. I don't know how much you guys care about this stuff, but, like, it's got, you can see the liquid, maybe. And it's got this, like, it kind of looks like, you know how you have those attachments for your vacuum that have the little nubbins on it and stuff? That's what's, you know, going on here. You probably can't see that at all. And then it has a fine point. And I was using this, and I don't actually really like it at all, but it doesn't matter. It works. It functions as glue, which is what I needed. So yeah, that was what I got at Joann's yesterday, and it cost me exactly $18, so that was cool. What was not cool was today I went to purchase some insurance for the Squirrel Hill Night Market, which I'm going to be in on October 1st. Probably will be, have been by the time you see this, but I don't know. Good Lord, words. I was charged 4 times for one purchase, and I do remember the lady was checking me out. She said that everything was running really slowly that day, which explains why it went through 4 times. Not her fault. Still really annoying, though. It actually is just, it made it so I couldn't purchase the insurance that I wanted to buy today, because I paid myself at the beginning of the month, and I kind of kept track of, I did like a calculation of how much will I need for this month to pay for everything. So I took, to pay myself, I paid myself everything that wasn't that amount plus a buffer, but between getting the fabric, which I didn't expect, and then it charging me 4 times, I overdrew my account. I couldn't purchase the insurance. So I had to put some money in the account back from what I paid myself, which is annoying. So it wouldn't be overdrawn. And I talked to the man at the bank, and he said he didn't know what to do to fix it, but he would call me back. And then he did call me back, and he said, there's nothing we can do about it, but it should automatically be, you know, noted as it should, what did he say? It should fall off on its own when the charge goes through, because it was still, like, pending. Which I'm assuming he means is, or at least from my understanding, based on what he said, was it'll recognize that it's incorrect and it'll only charge you once. Because it's the same amount from the same store, one after the other, like, all in the same minute. So, you know. Here's hoping. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Today I need to print out some zines to fold. I got more cardstock. I was all out of that. I am going to probably print out some cards. I need to make some reels, but I'm going to wait on that because my girlfriend's coming home early from work today, so we're going to go grocery shopping as soon as she comes home probably. So I'll go grocery shopping with her, and then we'll all do that stuff. But I'll probably start now printing out zines and folding them. That can be more easily just left and, you know, worried about later. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. That's where I'm at. Sorry, I keep getting Discord notifications and my brain's like, you need to read that right now, even though I really don't. I need to get working on probably listing the new prints as well. I took pictures of all of them except for the Right to Repair number 3, the newest one, which you've seen, because I don't have any good props for it. I need to, like, buy a few things at the grocery store today, probably, is where I'll get it. I'm gonna get some rubber gloves and maybe a smaller bottle of vinegar. I don't know. I'm gonna get some steel wool if they have it. If not, I'll do without. Oh, it's nice and cool today. It's a high of, like, 71. So I'm wearing this sweater today, this short sleeve sweater. I like it. I got it at Target. I'd love to knit something like this, and I probably will eventually knit myself more sweaters, but part of it is my weight fluctuates a lot, so it's kind of challenging for me to buy clothes. That, and I would like to get top surgery someday. And when I buy clothing, I try to buy clothing that I'm going to wear for a long time, because I try to be conscious about the clothing I buy. I try not to buy from places like Target that have cheaply made fast fashion type things, but it's not always feasible for me to buy, you know, fancy sustainable clothing that's priced well, because it's more expensive, obviously. But when I buy things, I try to buy, you know, like I said, that'll last a while. So it's hard for me to buy shirts right now because I want top surgery, and obviously my chest is going to be shaped differently then. But I did get this sweater because it's kind of baggy and oversized, so it will accommodate my weight fluctuations and B, my chest changing shape. So yeah, I'm excited to wear it today. I wish it didn't have these, like, shoulder pad things to it, but it's alright. I still like it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna try and get a little bit of work done before my girlfriend comes home. Bye. I hope that's good enough. I hope you can see me. Alright, back from grocery shopping. It's been a while. I thought it would be like 2 by the time we were done, but it was 3:30. I mean, it's 3:45 now because I took a break and just sat around for a little bit, but that's fine. So I am going to, I don't think I'm going to do any printing today. I'm going to do some photography and social media stuff. But I got the weirdest props ever for taking pictures. I got these, like, oh yeah, do you want to see what I got? Come on up, my ravioli man. Oh goodness. Oh, here you go. Poor boy, he's so long. I got some gloves. They're just regular, like, you know, like washing dishes gloves. Yeah, what do they smell like? What do they smell like, my boy? And then I got some stainless steel scrubbies, steel wool. It's not like true steel wool, but it's functionally the same. Yeah, and it was the first thing I could find. Oh, Jesus, he's gonna knock my coffee over. But yeah, so I'm gonna take some pictures now of Witchcraft number 3 and make a few reels, and that'll probably be it for today. Today wasn't all that productive, was it? No, that's okay. Oh, no, I have something else I want to show you. I'll be right back. Mwah. He was going to follow me downstairs, but he doesn't need to because I'm back. Alright, I got my stickers in the mail from Just Buttons. I'm going to cut this so I can ideally reuse it if need be, because this is a size of packaging I don't usually get when I order things. So I feel like it could be useful to have. Alright, stickers! I forgot that I ordered these in a circle. That's fine. I did it because die-cut stickers are so expensive compared to circles. So we have this boy here. It's my trans top surgery jack-o'-lantern, my trans mask scar, you know. My top surgery jack-o'-lantern that I painted last year as a sticker. And then we have a new design, which is also Halloween-ish. It's a cauldron bubbling over, and I actually used, you may have seen some pictures / videos, I don't know, of me doing this with water and paint and soap. I made bubbles, so it's gender fluid. It's the color of the gender fluid pride flag. So, yeah, I like how it turned out. I think they're cute. It's another thing to take pictures of. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's happened today. Do you like the steel wool? What is this, Scotch Brite?
Oh, the button makes it light up. Oh, the button makes it light up on the actual back. I thought that button didn't make it like silly thing.
Do I like pumpkins? Yeah.
Oh, and I left the thingy upstairs. Dang it.
Do I like pumpkins? Yeah.
good thing I was planning on trimming this, because that just chewed up the paper all the way. Look at that. That is sad.
It's entirely unhelpful, but thank you nevertheless. Thank you so much for this.